My name is Erica Christina Evans, and I am your Lucid Dream Guide. So I recently had a friend send in a message and ask me a question about lucid dreaming and basically how to stay and get into the lucid dream. So it says, "Hi Erica, I really admire what you do, and I recently noticed the lucid dreaming advice guidance. I'm a vivid dreamer and have semi-lucid dreams now almost every night. My fully lucid, level 3 lucid, and able to remain asleep are unpredictable in frequency. Can you give me some advice on pre-sleep techniques to increase full lucidity? I'm not very good at routines, but I can hold mental images, ideas, and or mantras till I fall asleep quite easily. Thank you." Well, thank you for bringing that question to mind. So, some pre-sleep techniques. Yes, there's quite a number of pre-sleep techniques for before you lucid dream. One of my favorites and the easiest one to begin with is to just begin really asking yourself the very first basic for any beginner lucid dreamer is, am I dreaming right now? And I'm sure that the person who asked this already realizes this. So let's take this a step further. So you're in your lucid dreams. You now know how to get there. But how do you continue to get there more often and stay there? That's kind of the question that we're asking, isn't it? How do we get there more frequently? And I think intention is everything. Like I've always said, the more that you desire to be there, the more likely it is to happen. Intention is everything with lucid dreaming. Once you stop really giving it your attention, you'll stop lucid dreaming. Like with any skill or hobby, if you stop practicing it, you're not as skillful or as good at it anymore. So really, maybe take some time to journal down what you would like to dream about. Get in touch with, your dream worlds, like what you want to dream about there, and what you want to bring here on this more like physical plane. Like, what do you want to live out as your dream here? Maybe you could use this world as a template for that world, or you can create your own world. Whatever it is, you need to have a good reason why you want to be lucid dreaming. Otherwise, it's less likely to happen. But if you're really excited about it and you want to do it more, then you will. So just remember to keep your intention really high and your expectations high, and keep asking yourself things like, am I dreaming right now? To not just give up on the practice. Just because you lucid dreamed often doesn't mean you're going to do it every night. It still takes that effort. It's a little bit of work to get the reward, right? And then eventually you get more skilled at it, and you can eventually just go straight into a lucid dream from sleep. Like, you can just put your head on the pillow and fall asleep, and then boom, just intend yourself into lucid dream and go straight there. That takes a lot of practice, but it is possible. The next thing that I would say you should do is to do the wake back to bed method. So when you lucid dream, you're in rapid eye movement, or REM sleep, which comes at about the last 2 hours of your sleep. And the reason I say that is because every hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes about-ish, you are going into these different brainwave cycles. You can train your brain to go to that cycle, right? Like where you go straight into the lucid dream, but it does take effort and practice and skill, lots of meditation, lots of time, doing it over and over again. So as a beginner, we always want to have our lucid dreams closer to the morning time when we're going to wake up. So let's pretend that I work a regular job and I don't have to be up all night, or even if I did, like, whatever, just basically I want to get my 8 hours sleep. Even if it's 6 hours, you can still lucid dream, but it will definitely work better with more sleep. So if you go to bed at, say, 9 o'clock, and then you need to wake up the next day, let's say 5, so that's 8 hours sleep, you would want to set your alarm 2 hours before you wake up. So I would set my alarm for like 3 a.m. And then I would wake up for about 20 minutes to a half of an hour. I would do other things like get myself a glass of water, go to the washroom, maybe read something, or do a little bit of art, or do a math problem. Something that will basically turn on my brain a little bit, but not enough to keep me fully awake. Like, I don't want to end up being awake, which has often happened, where I just, like, you get up at 3 a.m., you're still really groggy and tired, and then you start doing something, you get so into it that you end up staying awake for the rest of the day, and you didn't get enough sleep that night. So try to keep yourself still semi-tired, but just awake enough that when you go back to sleep, you will be awake in the dream. So stay slightly tired, and then intend to go into a lucid dream. Start asking yourself during that time, am I dreaming right now? And look around and almost have like a mental problem. Like, with it all, like, you really have to ask yourself, am I dreaming right now? And pretend like that's a real question, even if you know in your heart of hearts that, like, you're not. You have to feel things and touch them and see if your hand can go through it, or see if you can change the color of the walls, or wherever you're at, see if you can change things just with your thoughts alone. And if you can't, you're not dreaming. And if you can, you are. And then once you realize that you are dreaming, when you are in a dream, in a lucid dream, that's when you want to start doing your grounding techniques to stay there. So things like, instead of getting really, really excited that you're in your lucid dream, to start really just like centering yourself, breathing, maybe touching or feeling something, smelling something. Use your senses as much as you can to ground yourself into the dream. Because you will feel like you have two bodies at the same time. Like, you're going to notice that you feel your sleeping body, but yet you also feel this other body that's in this lucid dream that can do whatever it wants, right? So try not to wake yourself up. I hope that answers your questions. So use the am I dreaming right now? And use the wake back to bed method. And use intention, strong intention. So this is why it's so important, I feel, to keep a dream journal. Write down your dreams, or write down your goals for your lucid dreams, what you want to be dreaming about. Because if you don't have the intention, then you're not going to create what you want to happen. If you think back onto when you were a beginner lucid dreamer, it was very exciting and completely new, and you had a strong urge to do it and intend it, right? And it's easy for things like that to slowly fade over time and then to come back, kind of like when a child gets a new toy and then you get bored with it, right? And maybe years later you come back to it. So just reignite that passion for the lucid dream, and that should be easy to do once you get more in touch with yourself. I've always thought, and I believe, that the ancients knew that if you were in touch with your dreams, that you were in touch with your soul. And if you're not in touch with your dreams, you're very likely not in touch with your soul. Because why would you be out of touch with something so sacred and special, where you can do whatever you want, right? And really, I'm not saying to get, like, stuck in that life. Like, don't lucid dream all the time and just sleep in bed. Use it. Use it as a tool to help you in this life, to help you with your goals, and to help you with your love life, or your finances, your health, your friends, your relationships, whatever goals that you're working on. Use it as a fun playground for yourself to explore and to discover more, and, try to find out things that you didn't know were possible, or to do things that are impossible here, right? That's what it's there for. It's a huge gift. So yeah, just really reignite that passion for it, and I think that's what's going to help you the very most. I hope that helps. If you still have any other questions, or if I come up with more answers, I'll make another video about it. But bye for now.